What's up? You know what it is. It's Predicting the NFL with Mickey G. This is week 15, and last week I did better than I did the previous. Back into a winning record for the week. I went 9-7. So not the best, but also significantly better than what I've been doing. So I'm okay with that. And 125 and 83 is the total now. 7-7 in the game of the week. 8-6 in the Crapfest, and 2-12 in the upset. No more needs to be said. Let's get in to the 60-second recap. In 3, 2, 1. Well, Mr. Trubisky looks like Lamar Jackson against the Cowboys on Thursday night. The Vikings win well. Falcons win against the morning Carolina Panthers. Texans implode against the Broncos. Browns brown, but still get the win. Redskins pretend to make it close, but it's the Redskins. Ravens get a good win. Field goals galore, but the Jets come out on top over the Dolphins. The Colts depressed me. Lose Jameis Winston. Gave him a lot of turnovers. Just doesn't make any sense. Absolutely great game between the Saints and the 49ers. The Niners finishing it off and getting themselves victory thanks to George Kittle. Gosh freaking darn it, Jacksonville. Why do we have to be absolutely awful? And Minshew's definitely still the better option. It's not even a question. The Titans continue their winning. Duck streak continues. The Chiefs defeat the Patriots after a missing equipment kind of scare thing happened. The Rams shock Seattle. And Eli derps out in the second half and gets himself a losing record for his career. And that was your 60-second recap. Here we are now moving into the predictions. We have the Jets at the Ravens Thursday night game. Well, the Jets, they might have beat the Dolphins, but literally zero people care. Ravens, they're winning this one. No question. They've clinched playoff spot at this point, so it doesn't really... And, I mean, it's still the Jets, though, so they could probably put all of their backups in, have RG3 start, and they'd still win the game. Next, we have the Patriots at the Bengals. Well, the Patriots, they were stealing signals and stuff or whatever. I don't know. They're beating the Bengals either way. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, they're getting that one. Next, we have the Broncos at the Chiefs. Well, the Broncos absolutely shocked the nation last week in their absolute destruction of the Houston Texans. So that was pretty crazy. But also the Chiefs got a big dub against the Patriots. So I think the Chiefs continue their winning streak here and beat the Broncos in this one. They're just a better team. Next, we have our game of the week. This is an Erie County kind of game right here. We have the Bills at the Steelers. All right. A lot of Bills fans here in Erie. Also a lot of Steelers fans. So this is going to be one where you might want to watch at home because all of the bars will be filled. Absolutely stacked. But anyways, the Bills, they've been doing pretty well, but they still have been struggling against teams with winning records. And the Steelers do, in fact, have a winning record, which is crazy because this was a team that has been in multiple Crapfests of the week this year. And now they have a winning streak here going on, and they're most likely going to make the playoffs if they continue their winning. So that's pretty crazy, but I think they continue here. They're at home. They're in Pittsburgh. The Duck has been getting them moving. Steelers continue to get dubs. Get this one. Next, we have the Texans at the Titans. Texans, you may have beat the Patriots. You may have been like, great job. We're very proud of you. But then you sucked the next week against a mediocre Broncos team. You made Drew Lock look like he was Peyton Manning out there. Absolutely incredible job. And the Titans, on the other hand, they've just been rolling. They've just been pounding. Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, dynamic duo. And I absolutely hate it. It's awful. It's absolutely awful for any Jaguars fan. But they're continuing on. They look like the much better team here. They're more consistent at this point than the Texans are. So they're actually, in fact, getting this victory. Next, we have the Jaguars at the Raiders. Jaguars, I have absolutely zero faith in you at this point. Okay? I thought Gardner might bring a spark. He did in the second half of the game. They'd already lost, so it didn't matter. Okay? But when you focus way too much on passing the ball, just because you're down doesn't mean you can't run the ball. Who is the player on your team this year that has had one of their best seasons, if not their best season, and we're just not pounding the rock with them? I don't know. Leonard Fournette. Incredible. Run the ball. I don't care if you're down 2 touchdowns. Running the ball with Leonard will open up stuff. If he can get 2, 3-yard runs. Okay, that's 3rd and 4, which means if the pocket collapses and Gardner can roll out, instead of having to run for 10 yards for a first down, in case of incomplete passes and stuff like that, he can run for a 4-yard first down. Or there's crossing routes. There's also Leonard out of the backfield, which we like a lot. There's lots of things you can do, but it helps when you run the ball with a guy who's been killing it. Okay? They're not winning. Raiders, they might have been cracked the past couple of weeks or so, but at this point, I just don't. Okay? I don't even think you picked off Jameis Winston, and that's a disappointment in and of itself. So, Raiders are getting this one. Next, we have our Crapfest of the week. We have the Dolphins at the Giants. Giants! You were my upset. You were looking good. It was 17-3 in the first half here. And then Eli Manning and friends were like, guys, why would we win the game? Okay? That doesn't make any sense. No! So they fell off an absolute cliff and just... Eagles win. They're now in a great spot for the division and all that. And Dolphins, Ryan Fitzpatrick actually tries to win games sometimes. So he's getting this one in the Crapfest. Next, we have the Browns at the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals a lot. They look fun. I think they could be good in a couple of years, especially if Fitz decides to stay around. And it looks like he's going to because he said he's having a lot of fun. And that's what I like to see. Browns. You had a game last week against the Bengals. You almost didn't show up to it. You made it way closer than it should have been because it's the Bengals. But you don't usually lose to teams with losing records, and the Cardinals don't beat teams with winning records. Not that you have one, but it's just thrown out there. Browns are getting this one. I don't know if you deserve it. I don't really care. Neither of you are really in playoff contention anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Next is the Vikings at the Chargers. The Chargers may have had a big fat dubski against the Jaguars, but this is probably one of the worst teams in the league at this point. So I don't care. The Chargers shouldn't care. No one should care. And the Vikings are winning this one because they're the superior team, and anything otherwise would be stupid, and I'd get sad. Next, we have the Colts at the Saints. Colts, just leave the league, please, okay? You started out beginning of the season, you're like, we're winning the AFC South, boys, okay? We're out here flexing on the homeless. That's what's going on. I don't know what that was. You have like a 500 record right now, okay? That's might even be below, honestly, at this point. You're just a disappointing team. Saints, tough loss, but they're still a good team. Great fight against the Niners. They're obviously going to beat the Chiefs. If not, I don't know, shoot me or something. Next, we have the Buccaneers at the Lions. Jameis Winston has been throwing lots of touchdowns and also a lot of turnovers, but that's not important. So, against a team that's on third-string quarterback and kind of has given up and officially eliminated from the playoffs and all that kind of good stuff. Buccaneers, you might have been eliminated too, but you're trying to look decent. So, Buccaneers get this one. Next, we have the Bears at the Packers. My upset of the week, in fact. Okay? Now, last week, Bears looked absolutely phenomenal. They completely torched the entirety of the Cowboys, offensively, defensively, existingly, okay? Granted, it was the mediocre Cowboys. But if they run with Mitch Trubisky like that, that's a whole new ball game for every team. He's been, game planning for what they usually do. But if they do something like that again, I think I really like what's going on there. The offense got moving a lot more, and it made Mitch Trubisky look like a competent quarterback. And we all know I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers, so it'd be really funny if they lose this game. So, Packers, taking the L here. Bears getting the upset, baby, on the road. Next, we have the Seahawks at the Panthers. Seahawks, why can't you just beat the Rams, okay? Thought we were over this. There was a while back when they were the superior team and the Rams were trash and they just lose to the Rams because they felt like it. Apparently that's what we're doing again. The Rams have just been jump-started the past 2 weeks for whatever reason, and I don't understand why. But the Eagles, Seahawks, just win, okay? I'm picking you. You're the better team. Beat the Panthers. No more losing to dumb teams, okay? I'm tired of it. Next, we have the Eagles at the Redskins. The Redskins are officially eliminated from the playoffs. No. Come on, it would have been funny if they won the division. No fair. Stupid Packers. Eagles, though, they're right in it. They shouldn't be. This division is so bad. Oh my gosh. But you're playing the Redskins, okay? Just stop Adrian Pearson, Darius Guice. Darius Guice is probably back on IR or something anyways. So just stop him. Win the game, please. Alright? Next we have the Falcons at the 49ers. 49ers give me a right eye after that Dubsky. So I'm sorry, Falcons. You may have played a down and depressed Panthers team last week, but that's not the 49ers. They're going to crush you. 49ers get this one. And finally, we have the Rams at the Cowboys. And the phone ringing. But anyways, Rams, you're better. Beat the Cowboys. That's all I got to say. I'm going to go answer my phone. Thanks for watching. Smash like, all that good stuff, and adios.